Welcome to Two Generations, One Mic, where no topic is off limits.
And no opinion is left unsaid. My name's Michelle Blicavs, and I am the mother of...
Joel Blicavs.
And we are two generations. I am a Generation X. I'll let you guess. But Generation X, which I'm just going to read this because, you know, it's a definition thing.
That's okay.
Usually people born between 1965 and 1980, shaped by change and uncertainty, often valuing independence, practicality, and getting results while balancing tradition and adaptation. While Generation Z, which would be you,
Indeed.
typically defined by people born between 1997 and 2012, shaped by a digital, fast-changing world, often valuing authenticity, flexibility and purpose, and feeling comfortable questioning the rules and redesigning what success looks like. And of course, you and I have these conversations many times over dinner and in the car and all those on text sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Around the different views that we have of the world. And we thought maybe others have those same kinds of experiences.
Yes.
And there's something we could share. So tell us a little bit more about why we're doing this podcast, Joel.
Well, yes, like Mum said, we do have a lot of conversations around the table, but not just conversations about anything random like what's your favourite colour. We more talk about serious topics in the world and different ideas and different, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for?
Different opinions, different concepts, different theories. Mental
framework. That's the word I'm looking for. Mental framework. And, you know, how I see my generation view the world. There's a lot of people in my generation where I think their views are, I'm not saying they're bad in a sense to put them down, but in a sense that their views put themselves down. And, you know, we wanted to do this podcast, and I think, you know, I'd like to share some ideas and thoughts to actually encourage people in my generation to think differently and not think the normal, and to question a lot of things in this world. And yeah, just really hopefully we can encourage some people. That's really why I wanted to do it, share my thoughts. And some people might have the same thoughts of me, but they're too scared to say anything about it. So that's another reason why I think we wanted to make this, is we're two people where we're not afraid to say or speak our minds or speak our ideas. And I just thought it'd be a really interesting conversation between the two generations, I guess.
Yeah, and I think from my generation side, you know, we just kind of worked for a living and we just did what our parents told us to do, and we went to university and did all those things that were expected of us. And we didn't talk about a lot of things, or even now I don't think we talk about things that matter in this world. But the older I get, the more I think we should talk about them with our kids and with others, and we should share our views in a healthy way.
Yeah.
And that it's actually okay to have a difference of opinion with people. I do a lot of leadership and a lot of business coaching. And for a leadership principle, you know, often is that there's nothing wrong with conflict. Conflict can actually be healthy. It's how we manage it. And so from time to time on some of the topics you and I are going to discuss, we might have some conflict about them.
We definitely will.
There's nothing wrong with that. And it's okay for us to disagree and still love each other.
Yes, of course.
Of course. So tell us, what sorts of topics are we going to be covering, Joel?
Yes, so we've got a list here that we've come up with, but we would also love the viewers to put suggestions in the comments with whatever topic. We'll discuss anything.
Even sex.
Yeah, nice. So we got education, so end of HSC, should you do university, marriage, should you get married, things about housing, career, AI, politics, loyalty, future focus, traveling, children, household roles, life chores, what's the truth, cancel culture, accountability, finance, healthcare, immigration, it's an interesting one, health, burnout, faith, emotions, etc., etc., etc. Many different
we just keep
topics.
coming up with more and more topics. You know, before we recorded this, we said, let's sit down and see if we can actually come up with 10 or more ideas that we could talk about, and the ideas just kind of kept rolling. So
Yeah.
I think in today's world, people don't talk enough about the things that matter. They talk about how was your day, how's your job going, you know, and as we head into this Christmas season, I think people are very superficial in their conversations and their discussions.
Yeah.
And we'd like to try and, I guess, hopefully for anybody listening or watching this, to just be encouraged that actually you can have a healthy conversation and that it is okay to talk about some of those harder topics. So, a little bit about us, perhaps. Why should they keep listening? I mean, if you're still listening now, good on you. We already really like you. Hi, Mum, because I'm sure she'll listen.
Yeah, good.
So, Joel, tell us a little bit about what you do.
So myself, at the moment, I work 3 days a week as a mechanic. I'm a qualified mechanic. I got my certificate this year, I think, at the start of this year. But I'm also doing something on the side, which I'm hoping to make my main source of income and my main job. And it's my plan A and my only plan, which is to be a day trader. And I'm not talking about investing in the stock market like Tesla or Apple. And I dabble in a bit of crypto with whatever my dad tells me to invest in because he's big on that. But with what I do specifically, I trade what's called the NASDAQ. So I trade futures. And I'm pretty much buying and selling contracts, being in and out of positions within sometimes minutes, sometimes a couple hours. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I've been doing it since last year, February, so I'm coming up on almost 2 years of doing it. I have had some success. My journey has been very, very up and down. The first 4 months where I started, I made some money, which was like, I'm in. I'm 100% in. I'm doing this just to see I get double my paycheck that I got as a mechanic working full time, and I was doing 6 days, Monday to Saturday. And to get what I make in a month, like pretty much times 2 by just clicking some buttons on a screen. I mean, it's not that easy, but like that is what I'm doing physically. It was just insane to me. And I did it. And then so it was kind of like this and then this for a long time, until this year when I went to Europe in May. Then I made some more money, and then I came home, and then I made no money, and then I made a little bit of money, and now I'm kind of back to making no money. So I'm in this journey, and I'm in this journey, this really tough journey at the moment. I'm trying to build myself up to that. I've learnt heaps. I've grown as a person quite a lot with my discipline, my patience, and also just cutting things out of my life that are negative and things that waste my time. For example, games. Mum knows I used to play video games all the time. I could sit in my room for
Hours.
8 hours,
and
9 hours a day.
And hours.
Yes, and now I have not played a video game in months. And that Xbox Mum got me for Christmas last year is just sitting there collecting dust, so sorry about that.
For sale, marketplace. Anybody interested?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But see, the thing is for me is like, once I get there, when I'm at that level where I'm making the money, then sure I can go play some video games. But for now, I'm on the grind with that. And I'm just trying to fill up my time with other things like this podcast because I trade a US market. So I'm up till 3 a.m, like every single night. So during the day when I don't have work, I need to fill my day up with things that are productive. And yeah, that's a bit about me. I'm also engaged to my beautiful fiance, Charlize. Shout out to her.
She'll be listening.
Oh, 100%.
We know at least my mum and Charlize will be listening.
Yeah, at least
Anna
we'll have
might
2.
listen as well.
All right,
That's my daughter.
Dad will listen. Dad will listen,
yeah. Go
Yeah.
family.
But that's a bit about me. So tell us about you, Mum.
So Joel is 22. He's the Gen Zer here. Of course, I am 54. Happy to shout it out there publicly. Not afraid to be in my 50s. Very exciting.
That's young,
so, of course, my story is a little longer than that.
Yes.
I started... Actually, my first job was in a jewellery shop, which is why I love gold and diamonds. Every woman's dream, really, to work in a jewellery shop. Then I worked in the bus industry for about 15 years, and I think my journey was one that trained me to work hard. I worked long hours, and it was a very, very enjoyable job, but it was very hard. It was a lot of people relying on us. And then I moved into the not-for-profit sector and worked with homeless young people for a while, which was pretty great. And then I got into politics, and I was actually a local councillor on Wollongong City Council. You loved those days I was in politics, where we would letterbox drop every unit up and down hills all through Wollongong. I ran for a state seat and a federal seat, so I've done every level, or tried to get into every level of government. But that work that I did there has seen me move into the association sector, where I am currently the CEO of Surveyors Australia, looking after land surveyors across the country. We also run an RTO, so a registered training organisation, delivering training for surveying. If you're interested, give me a call. Oh, no, wait, that's not what we're here to talk about. Sorry,
no
can't
plugs,
help myself.
No
So I'm also married. I've been married for 35 years.
Oh, very good.
Nearly 36, actually.
Very,
and
very good.
I have 2 children. One would be Joel right here, and the other is Anna, who got married this year, and she lives in Perth, and we miss her and Harry. And also, fun fact for us on the generation side, my mother also lives with us. So we've got 3 generations in one house. So we have lots of great conversations, which is kind of how this podcast was born.
It's very true. I mean, even talking to Grandma about topics, man, her views and my views are so different with a lot of things. So I definitely want to get her on the
Yeah,
on the podcast.
I mean, Grandma's a baby boomer, and she's at that end of that baby boomer generation. And so, yes, some very strong views there. But she's very good at not pushing her views, and I think that's even an interesting discussion. So, you know, we want to inspire you. We want to encourage you. If you stuck with us through to the end, congratulations. You can have an extra chocolate that you'll have to go and get yourself. We'll probably get chocolates because I like chocolate. But hey, we're going to roll out a few of these.
Yes.
And thanks for listening. Please hit the subscribe button.
Before we go,
Yeah.
I just want to say one more thing. I just want to say that I think another reason for this podcast is, or for me anyway, I think a lot of people, I think social media has obviously widespread and taken over quite a lot of everyone's lives. And we're always on social media, scrolling and looking at news and looking at these things that the media pushes. And this is something we'll dive deeper into later with the whole matrix and the media and, you know, what's being pushed and the agendas that are being pushed. And I think there's a lot of things that you can feed yourself with which have a negative impact in your mental frame and in life. So what I'm trying to say is this podcast, I promise, will be a positive feed into your life.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That will be the goal. The main goal is that to put this on, it's not going to be wasting your time, and it's going to be only filling you with encouragement, and it will also be filling you with thinking and causing you to think, but it'll be an absolute positive feed, so it'll be a good use of your time in the day. Because I listen to radios at work, because we have to, and they just talk about nonsense upon nonsense, and that's not what this podcast is going to be about. No nonsense here, pure substance. So make sure you listen to every episode, because it's going to be great.
And we're going to keep them relatively short, because I listen to a few podcasts as well, and some of them go for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I promise we won't go for 2.5 hours. We're going to try and keep this to 20 to 30 minutes, I think, is a nice kind of time frame for me. And if we get some guests on, we might go a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But that's our goal. Our goal is to not just entertain you, but to hopefully encourage you, inspire you, and maybe together we'll all learn something new.
100%.
Subscribe, follow us, and stay tuned for more to come. Next week, education.
Yes, sir. Thank you for tuning in to our first episode of 2 Generations, 1 Mic. We hope you enjoyed it. To stay up to date with episode releases and updates with what's going on, make sure to give us a follow on Instagram, which is at 2, the number 2, generations, full stop, or dot, 1, again, the number 1, mic. So it's at 2generations.1 mic. And be sure to follow us on Spotify as well to catch our next episode, which will release next week. Thank you.